Welcome back to the PG-DND podcast. And welcome back, everybody, to PG-DND. I'm your host and DM, Jefferson Beatty, joined by
Zane, I play Theseus.
Matt Beatty, I play Adelphus the Great.
Tyson, I play Alondros.
Shay, I play Thalassa.
Connor, I play Vedius.
Sweet. We'll just jump right into it. Last time on PG-DND, you cleansed the tainted grove that belonged to Karametra. In praying and knocking over the fires that were caused by the cult of horns, she gifted you 8 grapes, which were then identified by Alondros as grapes of healing and grapes of buffment, essentially. You put them in your bag of holding and went on your way. On the journey, you talked amongst each other about things that you had witnessed while you were kidnapped and the experience that Adelphos had with Karametra. Theseus also noticed a black rose belonging to Adelphos and confronted him about it. On your way to Setessa, you ran into a returned one who was peddling trinkets and alms, and you made some exchanges with him before he left. You finally made it to Setessa, and upon arrival were whisked quickly away to the person in charge, named Nikita. She questioned you about Thela, about what had happened in Neolantis, and you then talked to Thela, who was in custody. Apparently, Thela was on a hunting trip for 3 weeks while the Setessan army was at Neolantis, and she is currently on trial for treason and will be soon determined guilty or innocent. In order to find out the truth, you talked to Thela's partner, Hera, who confirmed that they were indeed in the Nessian Wood hunting. You also learned that though Thela told you that there was a great beast in Setessa that you could slay for much money, nobody seems to know about this beast other than the leader, Nikita. Upon confronting Nikita before you could make it to her, you were all given correspondence from Faustus of Akros, in which he discussed he had found some valuable information pertaining to your upcoming adventure to find Apollonia, the heir to the Acroan throne. Also in that letter, he wrote to Theseus, letting him know to stay out of Theseus's father's way, or if he does run into him again, to be a little more kind. And that's where we left off.
So, who is this father figure?
Do enlighten us.
Don't get along very well with the old man, huh?
What's your passive perception, Thalassa?
Billion.
16.
You notice as...
Your passive perception is 16?
Yeah, she took a feat. She took a feat. Observant.
Hey, that's
so she has a
pretty
+5
helpful.
to her
+5 in
perception,
passive.
yeah. In her passive and active perception.
Wow.
You see as he is being confronted about his father, you see Theseus playing with a small signet ring on his pinky finger. It is gold and has some sort of sigil on it. You can't quite make out what that sigil is. Sort of a nervous tick, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was perfect.
Well, if you don't want to talk about your father, we could talk about your gambling issues.
Yeah, we got
What?
beat up.
We got
Beat up in the middle of the night because of you.
Forgot to mention it because we were getting
See,
beat up by other
who was it?
people, but
Yes, the owner of the Lion's Den sends his regards.
Lioness? You met Lioness?
Well, we didn't meet him,
met some of his ruffians.
but we met some of his cronies.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, we
Some
actually
guys in that
killed
big
them. I think one of them
British
got away.
person.
Well, yes, I suppose that you now deserve an explanation.
Only 2 people in this group.
I have a small problem, as some may say. of gambling on rare occasions, just at parties,
No rationalization.
nightly,
I'm sure you can stop.
events.
You can stop whatever you want.
Right.
Yes, I
Just
could.
a hobby.
Yes, I just
No rationalization.
How
exactly.
much?
Just for fun.
And I frequent the Lion's Den, for they offer good benefits for certain things, and I may have gotten into some trouble with them, and I apologize that they came after you, but seeing as we now are some sort of a group, maybe you can help me out.
How much do you owe them?
Would I know?
Yeah, you would know.
And is it what we discussed?
Yes.
Do I?
It is what we discussed. You are free to say whatever you want
Yeah.
in character. Should you lie, you have to roll a deception check. I'm just well, I'm just
Yeah.
communicating
I
that
had
to you.
25 to my deception checks because I broke my character.
Only persuasion.
No, it's persuasion and deception.
Oh, and deception? All right.
Wow.
You can say whatever you
Part
want.
of eloquence.
Yeah, part of eloquence. They're kind of
Roll
unreal.
a deception check. 47.
I only rolled a 6.
Well, he might roll a 1.
The owner of the Lion's Den believes you. It changes your character.
If I roll
Gets
a one,
another
He owes
plus.
me money, as a matter of fact. Oh, good. They were just tracking us down to pay us.
Yes, that's all it was.
Okay, no.
So if I roll a 1, it's still an 18.
Plus 17.
No, if it's anything below
a 10.
a 10, I just
And then he already had, and then he has a
18.
+8, yeah.
Holy
So,
crap.
And that's a
Yeah.
bard of eloquence.
Bard of eloquence.
Sit.
for you.
It's up
But,
to you. It's the answer to your question.
Is
Yes,
I would
you
know.
would know, and yes, it is the amount that we discussed.
Okay.
How much is the amount you discussed?
So to
Yeah,
Tyson
it's up
to
to me
disclose,
to say.
up to Alondros to disclose.
Yeah.
Well, it is actually quite a substantial amount for someone who doesn't gamble as much as others do. As I sweat a little bit.
Are you talking about yourself as you say that? Are you speaking in the third person right now as trying to justify how much you owe?
Well, it may or may not be around 5,000 gold.
Us settling this debt for you may include some violence.
And just when you say that, you see Councilwoman Nikita come down and say, "Oh, you're early. Good. Follow me."
As we go up, I whisper over to Theseus, and don't think that this whole gambling thing doesn't take the light off of you and your father.
Mulling over the letter. Understood.
You are led to a small clearing of trees that serves as a semi-amphitheater, and you see that there's quite a crowd gathered there. You see Thella in chains standing to one side. You see two members who you assume to be the other members of the council standing at the other side. And in the audience, you see several members of the Setessan Guard who you know would, or assume would be part of the Summer Nexus. And on top of that, there seems to be many civilians here. This is a high profile.
Many children, question mark?
Yeah, there are children climbing trees.
Entertaining themselves.
Correct. So, as you walk down, you also see, sitting at the front, almost unhinged, Hira. And you can tell that she is holding back tears. Nikita goes down and says, "All right, we shall make this as painless and as quick as possible. We will present to you the offender. We will present to you evidence that the offender did indeed break the laws governing Setessa, and we will hear testimony supporting that evidence. May Karametra and Nylea smile on us all as we search for the truth." And you see Nikita begins to recite the accounts that happened. And she says, "Nearly 4 years ago, we were approached by a Leonin man by the name of Apto. He asked for our support in helping Neolantis reclaim the city of Neolantis. and that we should, in an alliance with the entirety of our world, join and hopefully forge a peace that would last the centuries. It was discussed amongst the council and was decided against. Setessa would remain neutral. But it wasn't until 3 weeks ago that the very leader of the Summer Nexus, the face of our defense, foolishly chose to join Apto's exploits in Neolantis, and shortly thereafter take the city. We will first hear from soldiers who followed her command, and then you see there are various soldiers that go up and begin to testify that they were approached by Thela individually asking for support in military action. They explained that it was told to them it would be treason, but that Karametra and Nylea appeared to Thela in a vision and explained that they had to go. So they followed. 6 or 7 soldiers testify. Nikita gets up and says, "Thank you." Not only that, but the heroes of Neolantis, the ones who are first into the city, who opened the gates for the armies to go through, and who were requisitioned by Thela to come back here and help us in some way, I'm not sure, can also testify that it was them who was there, and they who commissioned them to come here. Please, the floor is now yours. And she gestures to all of you.
Raise my hand and say, yes, never met them.
Roll a deception check.
15.
You see...
Wait. Can I use my inspiration?
You can.
Please. Oh my gosh. Do I have to take that?
No, yeah, you have to take the second roll.
7.
You see Nikita squints her eyes and she says, "First and foremost, outsiders are not often welcome in our borders. So consider yourself fortunate to be here. Second of all, liars and cheats are not welcome in our borders. So please be wary of what you say."
I'm not lying to you. We traveled with somebody, but I don't believe that it was Thela.
That, I think she believes is true. Yes, Gladiator.
I believe that there has been foul play and most likely magic and part. We were approached by, could have been an imposter, and congratulated us on taking the gates, gave us a task at hand, or a task that we would need to do. And then when we made it to Setessa, you might remember I asked you about the task, and you seemed alarmed, and we were talking to the Thela in prison, and
she holds up her hand, very irritated by what you are beginning to unravel, and she says, "Can we please stay on the task here? What we are trying to deduce, if it was not this person, this individual who you met at Neolantis, who left with an army without permission and broke the sacred trust that we put in them, we want to know if it was indeed Thela who committed all of this."
Well, maybe we should go ask the beast.
You hear mumbles and no. You hear mumbles and whispers in the crowd. Beast? What beast? And you see Nikita goes, "This trial is for the sole purpose of determining the guilt of Thela. If you wish, we could arrest you all for conspiracy as well."
Conspiracy for what?
It is one against many. And then you see in the front row, Hira stands up passionately and exclaims loudly, "One against many will always be one against many. If two go off alone, what sort of voice do they have in this system?" Nikita puts her hand out and says, "Please, Hira, sit down. I want the truth of this as much as anybody. Thela, did you requisition this group of misfits to come here and deal with," she puts up air quotes, a task or a mythical beast that they seem to claim. Thella, without revealing much on their face, simply states, loudly and firmly, no.
There it is, case closed.
Case is not closed. We still have another person out and about, causing trouble.
And finally you hear one of the other council members say, if you may allow me, I have learned some magic over the years and can cast a spell which would make sure that everything that is being said is truthful.
You should have spoken up 5 minutes ago.
It seemed the case was more cut and dry than it appears to be now. You, who are supposed to be our witnesses confirming this, seem to be making this much more difficult than we had anticipated, but I agree, the truth must be found. And you see she begins to cast a spell. You can all choose to fail the saving throw and be subjugated to Zone of Truth, or you can try and resist it. It's your choice. The caster will know if you try to resist it.
I don't like it.
I fail.
I fail.
I'll feel it.
Okay.
I am going to try to succeed.
Okay, yeah. You're going to try and resist it.
willing.
So it's I believe a charisma saving throw. Actually, it's wisdom. It's wisdom saving throw.
Probably not. 13.
13 actually saves. Her spell DC is not very high.
Okay.
So she says, will you four please remain as our witness? And she looks at you and says, and would you please sit down and refrain from speaking here today?
Gladly.
Invidious, not wanting to tell the truth.
And no, it's suspicious to you that he does not want to tell the truth. And
Yeah, got
Thella
real
also...
sheepish as soon as that spell came out. I was like, oh, great, you're the person we've been looking for.
So Vidius goes and seems to melt away into the crowd, like he isn't even there. And you see Thella fails the save as well. And in a show of good faith, Nikita fails the save.
Nikita's under the influence
Correct.
of it as well.
Quick.
So she says, we only have a few minutes, but whatever question is asked, they must answer truthfully. And so Nikita, jumping the gun, says, Thella, did you disobey orders and take an army to Neolantis? And Thella says, no. Nikita looks shocked. And you see Hira jumps up and exclaims quickly, Thella, where were you for the last 3 weeks? Thella says, I was hunting in the Nylea woods with Hira. We claimed an antelope and brought the meat and antlers back. And the crowd
Yeah, I'm just going to
is shocked.
Oh, I knew she was innocent the whole time. Oh, I thought she was guilty.
Just like trying to spread
I'm gonna look at Nikita.
Okay.
Go, is there a beast in the Nylea woods?
You see, she looks at you and she says, there are many beasts in the Nylea woods.
Non-definitive.
May I ask if we were told of a beast, that one that has been killing people?
I see no reason to ask that. Obviously, Thella is innocent.
Why are you hiding the fact that this beast is killing your people?
And you see, she says nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and
You hear from the crowd. Oh, stop!
And you see Nikita looks at this other councilwoman and says, drop the spell. The trial is over. Thella, you are released. And right when that happens, you hear a voice at the top of the stairs. The amphitheater. That sounds exactly like Thella. And you look up, and it appears to be Thella herself. And they say, is it though? And everybody looks in shock. And as this person descends the steps down into the amphitheater, they say, normally, I do not take a form like this, but I felt it necessary to bring to the attention of those loyal to the goodness of Theros, dangers. Not only dangers, and she looks at you five and says, but the dangers that threaten the very fabric of our existence. And she looks at Nikita. She says, there is a beast in the Nessian woods. I have seen her. Or I have seen it. And Nikita goes, well, who are you then? And then you see in a bright flashing light a woman with leaves in her hair and a golden bow on her back, green skin, and satyr legs, a little bit larger than everybody there, says, am I not the princess of Setessa? And everybody hushes and bows. As everyone says, Nylea, it's Nylea, it's actually Nylea. Nylea. And you are now in the presence of Nylea, the goddess of the hunt and of the seasons.
I would bow down with respect.
Okay.
I would see other people bowing and do the same.
Okay.
I'd probably give a little woo! And when nobody else did anything, I would just being quiet.
I don't know, tip my hat, I guess.
Tip your
Figuratively speaking.
You bow your head in respect.
Top of the morning, yeah.
Top of the morning.
Do you think, Theseus?
Do you bow?
You give like a half bow, not try and kind of bow, but enough to not raise suspicions. I'm not bowing to you.
She says, please, everyone. This is much too formal. You all know I enjoy my time with the satyrs and the nymphs, but this is a serious matter. These heroes are correct. There is a beast in my woods. It is elusive, hard to track down, and the perfect match for somebody who is in the market for saving people. I'm not sure why, and she shoots a look at Nikita. This woman has kept it from you. It has been dangerous, and you hear people in the crowd begin to say, oh, yes, I've been missing some livestock. And even some say, yes, there have been children that have wandered in the forest and haven't returned yet. This is making sense. And she says, if I were you, the people of Setessa, I know I am not your queen, but I would reconsider who is the head councilman for the city. And she looks at Thela and says, there are some here that have remained true, despite the pressures of the outside world. And then you see people begin to argue and begin to sort of upend the government here. And as that happens, you see Nylea looks at you five and says, shall we?
Certainly shall.
And she begins walking out of the city.
I follow her.
Dang, freaking political bomb dropped.
Disrupted their political government system. We did good.
I just learned about the government today. It must suck.
So as you guys are walking out of the city, Nylea says, I suppose I'm supposed to thank you for what you did for my mom. But she and I don't talk much. I'm sure whatever it was she had you do was good and that she rewarded you with something. At least I hope she did. She's usually nice like that.
We were compensated for our endeavors.
Good. And you see, as you begin to walk through this forest, it's as if you all are walking much faster than you normally do. As if even being in the presence of this goddess of the hunt has made you stride faster and move almost silently through the forest. And she says, normally I do not use such subterfuge, but I was hard pressed. I needed to find the right people. People who would understand what's really happening here. And I don't mean here in Setessa. I mean in Theros itself.
If you don't mind me asking, what is this beast we are trying to track?
Ah, yes, I do not know. I've only seen what it's left in its wake. Carcasses. But this much I do know. It is not a beast common to this area or common to Theros at all. Unfortunately, I'm bound by oath not to tell you much more than that. Though I have my suspicions. Tell me, what did you find when you were in Neolantis? Anything odd or different than normal?
We found that the Leonins are seeming to be going against those of Theros.
She says, suspicions of mortals don't concern me. Is there anything else you might have noticed different about
I do a history check.
If you can do a history check, try and remember.
18.
You remember that, you guys fought in the temple to a goddess that you know nothing about.
Oh, that's right, I guess.
Yeah. There was a statue of a goddess blindfolded, and the Leonins killed every priest in that temple and took the statue down.
Do you know who that goddess was?
No.
No.
Clothis?
Yes, Clothis. This goddess is more important than you may realize. Unfortunately, I do not have much time to be around you. My purpose in bringing you here was twofold. One, to deal with this beast, because I cannot. And two, hopefully uncover a little more about your destinies here, or why it is you may be together.
Why can't you deal with this beast on your own? Being a god.
Goddess, but it's complicated.
Too much for our minds to comprehend.
Perhaps. And I suppose that's up to you. All things will become clearer through time. It seems as though that is the benefit of time itself. Seasons. Time to harvest. Time to grow. Time to plant. A time to hunt. All things have their time. And at some point in the future, you will look back and understand. And before you know it, you are at this large gate. At the wall of it, Vidius, Philausa, Adelphos, and Theseus, you remember walking along in search of Adelphos. 2 large cypress trees are on either side of this large wooden vine-covered gate. She says, normally you go through an elaborate ceremony where people would hope to get my blessing for you to hunt here. I hope it's sufficient enough I give you permission myself. And you see the gates open, the loud noise. She says, the beast will not be hard for you to find. If you find the ruins, you will find the beast. They're not that far off the path. They've been kept hidden by magic until now. Be careful. Keep an open mind. And may I bless your hunting. As she kind of gives a little smirk. And then you see she runs through the gate, and almost as if disappearing to the woods, vanishes.
Let's go a-hunting, I suppose.
Odd. I've never had so many beings care so much about what I do.
It is quite interesting.
Makes me slightly uncomfortable.
Within the last 2 weeks, we've been visited by 3, at least 2 goddesses.
Yeah, 2.
Multiple times. Some goddesses. But that is quite interesting. Either means that we're doing something very good or very wrong, I suppose.
Either way, it's been fun.
Whatever may happen, we begin working in.
Alright.
Right?
Sweet.
I just imagine like Alandros and Theseus just like, well, let's get going. And just like,
here we go.
We're going into the woods.
Let's go.
No time to talk.
You enter. As the sun begins to dip along the horizon, you enter the Nessian woods.
Well, I think she said something about following a path. Is there a path to follow that we can tell?
Roll me a perception check.
Everybody?
Probably should have
Just him because he asked.
12.
As the sun begins to fade, this forest seems different than the ones that you have been traveling in. It seems denser, older, almost. The trees themselves large and gnarled, but not in a bad way. The canopy is thick. But you see sort of a faint glow at the base of some of these trees. And you recognize it's bioluminescent mushrooms. And you see that they kind of go off into the forest somewhere, creating a bit of a path.
I pointed out to the rest of the party, and shall we follow this possible path?
The mushrooms.
I think so. As I'm back there, like, scooping some of the mushrooms into one of my bags.
The same bag that you have the other mushrooms in?
I figured they would all be like in one big bag.
So yes.
So probably.
Well, I mean, like in the exact same place as the other mushrooms.
No, I don't think they would be in the exact same.
All right, you continue.
Only we know it'll give you like infinite healing for always, but they're like, no.
As we're walking, I'm just admiring how gorgeous these mushrooms are.
You always are under the fairy fire spell.
Yeah.
It's like always glowing, like always disadvantage, player advantage against you.
I don't know why I have disadvantage, but I do.
So for those with dark vision and those without, it is dark here.
Okay.
So if you have dark vision, you can see like as if it's dim light. For you guys, it's pretty much dark, other than the bioluminescent mushrooms.
Is it dark because it's nighttime, or dark because it's like so thickly wooded?
Both.
It's like starting to get.
It's like extra dark. It's not only is it nighttime, but there's no light from the moon, no light from the stars, just woods.
I'm gonna light my little lantern. Can we still see the glowing with a light source?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we can. It's not like glow in the dark stars you stick on your ceiling.
You turn on the light, can't see it anymore.
Yeah.
You just have
Show
to like
us
shine
your
the
new
light down the
things you
path and then take it away.
Yeah,
and
then
then
take it away.
they're lit up for a second and start fading.
But light, make sure to like feed the light.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever it is, yeah.
As you begin to walk, everybody roll me perception check.
Nat 20.
So good tonight, it's unbelievable.
Who all has dark vision? You guys do. But you guys are humans. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
You?
No.
War brothers.
I
So
think Tritons are the only ones in
Yeah.
Theros that have.
Really? Not even
Minotaurs
Leonins?
might. No, Leonins do. Leonins do.
Leonins do.
There's
Oh,
because
really?
Minotaurs might. I'm not sure. I don't know either. Centaurs might too, because you can be a centaur too.
Oh, that's cool.
Forgot to say. No, I told you guys that. You can
Well,
be
they probably can't because they're like half human,
Yeah.
right?
What would you like to do in your downtime? Get my shoes changed.
What if they're just half human?
Give me a furrier.
Get some new shoes.
What if they're
Okay,
half
please
human
put your
with
pieces
scanners?
out.
Give me your town's best farrier.
Best farrier.
I would probably
Yeah, what's the
Probably.
marching order?
stick somewhere in the back. I know, right?
Roll for it.
I would have been okay to be one of the people up front.
Taking point. Just tail end Charlie.
I'd probably be in the middle. I can't see.
I'd probably be in the
Well,
back.
Well, I
there's
have
a
a light.
lantern lit.
Oh, that's right.
He should be in the middle.
Yeah.
We'll be on either side of him.
I like that.
Yeah, so which one's
Two
yours,
big guys
Tyson?
protecting me.
There you go, like that.
Which one's
Yeah,
yours?
I'm blue guy.
You should be right
Right then,
Trade.
Alondros.
right here.
Sorry, Adelphos.
Mhm.
Adelphos. As you guys are walking, following these mushrooms, it's been quite some time since you've left the Cypress Gates. There's been an eerie quiet about, and you hear a twig snap from behind this tree. And you look over. Do you stop everybody?
Yeah. Raise my sword to like ready myself.
Okay, and you look over and you see a large owl bear behind the trees.
Well, just like the good old days.
Everybody, roll me initiative.
Not
Fortunately,
even gonna
it
point
does
it out,
not
just-
get.
Let's get to
Fortunately, it does not get a surprise round because Adelphos saw it in time.
Kill that.
Okay, what'd y'all get?
Oh, wow.
Mine's 19.
19.
18.
17.
Sweet.
And then
Theseus.
D&D.
And then Adelphos.
5, 7. Yeah.
And then the owl bear. Then Phidias.
Yep.
Then
Alondros. It seems
Okay,
to be that I go
Philosopher.
last quite a bit.
you go first.
It's actually not a bad thing.
No, I'm fine with it.
Probably equip my shield and scimitar.
Okay.
Let's see, so I'm that far away from it.
It's about 30 feet away from you, kind of behind that tree a little bit.
Actually, I lied. I'll equip my sling. And I will try to hit it with my sling to
Alright.
see if it's going to do
Roll
any.
it up.
15?
Yeah, you hit.
5.
I think this thing. Oh, it's 5 total.
Mhm.
Okay. You launch a rock at it. You hear it thud against it. It screeches.
Okay. And then I will just make my way
Owl
behind
screech too.
this
Yeah, they do it.
tree.
Okay. So you go behind its line of sight. Theseus, it is now your turn.
I am going to. I'm going to cast Command
Okay.
on it.
All right. What? It rolls a saving throw.
Oh, that's right.
What saving throw does it roll? Wisdom, charisma, something like that.
Sorry.
I just need to know.
Well, my,
I know what your spell save DC is. I think it's like 13 or 14.
Actually, I think my spell save is 11.
Oh, command?
It's pretty low.
Oh, yep. Okay, spell save is 11.
It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom. Okay. Sweet.
Tyson.
What's the command that you give it?
Flee.
And then you see this owlbear runs back into the woods and disappears.
Wait a sec, we needed to kill that thing.
Roll me an insight check. So you see Thalassa throws this rock, and then you see Theseus, helm on, points his spear at the owlbear, and in his most commanding voice says,
Flee.
And the owlbear turns around and begins running into the forest.
I want to chase it.
I really don't think that's what we were at. I mean, maybe I was wrong.
And you have to find an owlbear.
That's
We haven't gotten
genuinely, if
past
that's the
any
monster that
things.
we're after, I mean.
I got a 6 on my insight.
Yeah, you absolutely think that's what we're supposed to. That's what you're supposed to kill.
Yeah, I mean, I'm convinced. So
You idiot! And I want to start chasing.
What, the
after
goddess
it.
a goddess can't kill an owlbear?
Did we pass any ruin?
No, you have not passed any ruins yet.
Oh, interesting. I forgot about that little fact that we needed ruins. Maybe you're onto something.
I want to relive my glory days.
I don't have, much confidence in the gods, but if, like I said, they can't kill an
You guys
owlbear.
stop by.
You continue on.
Yeah.
Suppose so.
You continue on following the mushroom path. As you do so, you begin to trek seemingly through the night, and you can see the sun begins to come up. And though the sun rises in the sky, it appears still to be dim light, given the fact that the canopy is so thick. Very shaded here, and it's hard to make out things deeper into the forest. It's easy mostly just to see the path in front of you. And as you continue on, you think you see Vidius. Are you leading the way?
Yep.
You begin to think you see...
I'd be kind of stealthy, too.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd have to go at half speed if you are stealthy.
Oh, that's right. Well, could I just use my bonus action to dash every time?
Alright, that's fair, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. 26.
Yeah, nothing.
Natural 20.
You can't even hear... Your group can't even hear you. Sneaky boy.
And then we're
around.
like,
Yeah.
he's like,
So
Can I see him?
you all begin...
So I'm right behind him.
No, you do. You guys see him. You think you see Vidius blocks, perhaps? Remnants of a wall? You're not quite sure from this distance.
I'm gonna throw up my hand, tell everybody to stop.
Put your hand, close it in a fist, commando style.
Yeah.
Start making a bunch of weird motions that mean nothing. Then turn around and say, "Yeah, I think the ruins are right up ahead."
Is that what
That was just I don't know. It felt good at
You
the
had
moment.
the hand.
Honestly, meant
That's
nothing.
good.
Or did it?
Maybe it was a spell.
Anyways,
Alright. You proceed.
Proceed.
You proceed stealthily.
With caution.
I think with caution
With
rather than
caution,
stealth.
yes.
Okay.
I want to be stealthy.
Alright.
I would
I
still
wanna
have
be
my
with
shield.
caution. I want to be armed but
Intact.
cautious.
I would have my sword drawn and not my spear.
Okay. The only reason why I'd say your spear is because you have your reaction. You have Alarm Master, which means if anything walks into your reach while you're wielding a spear, you get an opportunity attack on it.
I forgot that I'd say that, to be honest.
Yeah. That's why I've been surprised that you haven't been using your spear as much.
Yeah. Okay, well.
At least as an opener weapon, right?
Right.
At least as a couple jabs. First, throw it, draw your sword, start
Absolutely.
swinging. You know what I
In
mean?
that case, I will try to remember that from now on.
Okay,
Write
Write
it
it
down.
down.
What do you have drawn? Your sword or your shield?
My
spear.
my spear.
Okay.
What do I have drawn? Well, it's not much, but it's my crude attempt at a duck.
You see...
Ooh.
I am actually proficient in painter's supplies
ruins.
would be.
and calligrapher's tools.
Overgrown
Wow, those are cool.
with vegetation. You see its old block walls tumbling down, and the large pillars within knocking some of those walls out of place. There are vines that encapsulate
Were they ruined?
most of the ruins.
That'll be good.
They were ruined.
Sorry.
And it seems oddly quiet here.
These are very nice ruins.
Quiet.
These are really cool.
Too quiet.
Careful,
I like how
watch.
this little block is falling off.
Yeah.
Right?
Really
Watch,
attention to
watch.
detail.
Yeah.
Whoa, you don't need to ruin your setup.
Okay, we're done.
Hey, you're not. I'm just
I'm all
You
about
guys,
the puns,
don't
my
ruin her
friends.
fun.
We're done with the puns.
All these. Oh, dang, I lost it.
good.
It was ruined.
Ruin the day.
Ruin the day.
I was gonna do one with Topple, but I forgot. Copyright, if you do one with Topple, it's mine.
No, that's not how copyright works. All right. Someone says a good idea. It's like a business meeting. Copyright.
I own that. I own that now. Legally, look up the rules.
That belongs to me.
He has declared copyright.
Telephone
It's like the one step above dibs. It's like someone's like, dibs, copyright. That's mine.
Okay.
Oh, take blast. He got me.
And you see what appears to be the ruins of a temple in the middle of this forest. You make it to the ruin.
I want to just kind of stealthily do like a perimeter check.
You're gonna walk around. Roll me a
I
stealth
don't know if
check.
I want to go all the way around. Maybe I'll just like get around over to this pillar so I can get a good.
Is there a...
You see that these pillars, these large pillars, are so iconic of the temples, have toppled over, knocking the walls down in various places. Some of the pillars falling outside of the bounds of the temple itself.
I'm going to throw out my Cloak of Elvenkind.
Okay, that's an action. Can roll with advantage.
18.
Okay.
Can I roll to see like what this like building was used? Obviously, it was probably a temple, but I mean like maybe get a little bit of extra knowledge, like maybe like who it was.
Roll a investigation check.
8.
This temple is so dilapidated and so overgrown, it's hard to tell who it was to. It looks and set up as just iconic to any god. Would anybody else like to do anything?
Any treasure chest?
Once I get over there, I just want to look around. I just want to see. I'm looking for living creatures. I'm looking for something that is maybe camouflaged, like up in the trees.
Okay. Is everybody else just staying back behind the trees there at the opening to the temple, clustered like that?
I'd want to go to like...
I would be behind this tree.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick right here. But
you
can
can
I cast... Okay, so I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion
Okay.
of a... Like a bird.
Okay.
And just have it as if it flies down and lands right there on the ground.
Okay. You
nice
make this
bait.
bird kind of swoop into the ruins and kind of land right there on the ground
right in the middle,
in the middle of the
for those that
temple
can't
and
see.
flutter around and hop around and flutter its wings a little bit like a bird would.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing seems to happen. Vidius, what were you searching for?
Anything, like, I want to try and find things that are hidden or creatures that are specifically trying to hide.
Okay, he said like stuff in the trees.
Yeah, specifically looking up to. Yeah, no, that's a natural one. So
Yeah. You
Trees.
appear to be alone there.
being quiet isn't working. Let's just start yelling.
Are there any like boxes or like chests or anything in this area?
You can look. Investigation check. 8.
You're
You
doing
know,
great.
everything is so overgrown
No
here, it's
mimics.
nearly impossible to tell.
So no mimics.
I want to tell someone. I just feel like I have an idea. It should be known that doing the work of a god, and the gods always have something to be gained from something, and that we're at the ruins of some other god. Maybe we should try talking and figuring out the situation before attacking whatever it is we're supposed to be fighting.
Where are you located?
Back behind
Right
the
there?
tree. at
Yeah,
the
I haven't
entrance.
entered the
Okay.
ruins yet.
So, I mean, in hushed tones, you could probably talk
Yeah.
to both myself and
Philosophy.
Thalassa.
Just to keep in mind. I don't know. Maybe it won't be useful at all. Maybe it will.
I think that's a good idea.
Anyway.
With my divine sense, would I know if it was like desecrated or?
Yeah, you know that was once a holy place. It's not necessarily defiled, but it was once a very holy place.
It's just old.
It's old.
And then with my observancy, would I see anything out of peculiar?
You notice a sigil etched into one of the blocks near where the doorway would be. You can't quite tell what it is. You'd have to go up and investigate it more.
I'm also going to just move back behind this tree, back over by
Okay.
Theseus, so that he can
Stab stuff?
get attacked while I
Yeah, whoa. Hold on now.
have a little protection.
Well, after sitting there for a minute and not really seeing anything and nobody else really doing anything walking in, I think I'm just going to, step over this wall into, again...
Roll me an athletics or acrobatics check. It's just to see how easily you do it.
Oh my gosh.
Because these walls are not... It's not...
I'm on fire tonight.
They're tall. They're large
Is it
blocks.
another natural one?
Yeah. It's a natural one.
So you climb up onto these block walls, but due to the degraded nature of these ruins, the block that you step on once you get to the top, because the opening of the wall is about 3 or 4 feet in the air, it gives way underneath you and crumples to the ground, as does part of that wall into the temple. And it makes a loud noise, a loud crash. And you all hear the sound of rocks crumbling inside the temple. But no one was able to see that it was Phidias, because he was being stealthy boy.
My bad!
So the sign on the wall is very faded, Thalassa, but if you want to walk up and look at it, you can.
Okay. I'll just stay here for now.
Okay. And is anybody else doing anything?
Can I look around,
Yeah.
see if there's any...
Absolutely, you can.
Anything? 18.
Yeah. So that's a good roll. And you see, and actually, because you're on the ground, it's a better vantage point for you. You kind of fell beneath this pillar that has fallen through the wall. And you see beneath this pillar that is sort of leaning against another pillar and fallen through the wall, a dark, deep burrow, a hole of some sort. And you think you see in there 2 eyes gleaming back at you in the darkness. And then, out of nowhere, 2 tentacles come out of the den, and you are attacked.
It's a trap.
By
That's not looking good.
by a large cat-like beast
I hate these cats.
with 2 tentacles on it, gets out to attack you. So it crits on you with one of its tentacles and then hits with the other. It does 18 damage for the first hit, the second hit, and then it crit on the first, 23 damage on the second hit.
Yeah, I am down.
Okay. So, the only person that can see this right now is actually Theseus and Adelphos. You see, in almost a flurry of violence and black movement, Phidias drops to the ground after being hit by this large beast. Everybody roll initiative. Okay. 20 to 25, anybody? Okay. 15 to 20, anyone?
17.
Okay, 17 for Phidias.
I got a 16.
Oh, okay. 16 for Landros. 10 to 15.
I got 11.
Okay. And 5 to 10.
Yeah.
Me too.
I got 9.
I got 7.
Okay, sweet. So the Displacer Beast goes first. So the Displacer Beast is actually going to climb over your body, Phidias, that's there on the ground, and it's going to stay where it's at, guarding its den. Next up, is Vidius. I'll roll a death save for you. Okay. Next up in line is Alondros. Alondros, you are back behind the tree. Well, you're not behind the tree. You're back by the tree outside of the ruins, but you can see this displacer beast kind of over Adelphos' shoulder.
Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of step out a little bit from the other side of the tree so I have a little better vantage point.
Okay.
And then I am going to cast Healing Word on Vidius because he's on the ground, right?
Yeah, no, you saw
so
him
I
down.
can visible.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Thank you.
Yes. And I'm gonna say regain your strength as I stretch out my hand and kind of a blue words go and they heal you.
Sweet. That's a D4, right?
Yes.
I like words that make me feel blue.
Okay. So how much do you heal him for?
So D4, so he gets 10.
Sweet. Vidius,
and then
you regain consciousness again. You're still on the ground for now, though.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm also going to do Vicious Mockery because Healing Word is just a bonus action.
Okay, and that's a wisdom save, right?
Yes.
And what's your spell save DC?
15.
Yeah, so it passes. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Is that it for you, Alondros? You
Yep.
stay there? Okay, Theseus, it is now your turn.
Okay, I am going to cast Shield of Faith on myself,
Okay.
and I'm gonna run into the ruins towards the Displacer Beast.
Okay, so you run about 30 feet more. That's about as far as you can get. You can't quite get there yet. And what's Shield of Faith do? It adds +2 to your AC, right?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so you're just out of its range, but you can get there next time for sure. All right, Adelphos, it's now your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to move into the displaced beast.
Sweet, so you run into the ruins as well, 15 feet, and you're right in front of this displacer beast.
Do I get advantage because he's...
You do get advantage, because he is technically, Vidius is prone, so...
Actually, yeah, that's true.
So you roll with disadvantage.
Advantage. That's 14.
Yep, you hit it.
Okay, and roll for damage.
Well, just roll your second attack, and if you hit, then roll all the damage together.
Yeah. That one's a 16, so...
Yeah, well, okay. Sweet.
And
Now
then,
roll all your damage together.
27.
Oh, wow.
A lot of damage.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of damage.
Well, 19 plus 4 plus 4. So.
Yep, okay, so 27 damage to this displacer beast. You slash at its tentacles. Thalassa, it is now your turn.
Okay, and then I'll move to where I'm 20 feet within range.
Okay, so you're going to have to go around that tree at the entrance and move up probably 5 more feet. One more time. Boom, right there. Perfect.
Okay, and then I will throw my trident.
Sweet. So make an attack roll. It's not with disadvantage because it's been hit by
Sweet.
Adelphos once.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, 15.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay, and
Damage.
4.
Perfect. Sweet. You throw this and it grazes this displacer beast's legs. It doesn't impale it though. This displacer beast will now try and attack Adelphos because you're right in front of it. And does a 16 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay. Does a 17 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay. Well, it slashes twice and it misses.
I would like to do Repose.
Yeah. Yep, you
And
can.
so I'm going to go for that.
Sweet. And again, it's not disadvantage. What?
Does a 15 hit?
Yes, a 15 hits.
Okay.
Okay, now roll your damage. It's a D8.
Yeah, 1d8. I do 11 damage.
Sweet. You, as these tentacles sweep over your head, you duck beneath it, and actually you just sort of just stick out your sword as it brings its tentacle around again, and you slash it while it goes over your head. That was Displacer Beats. Vidius, it's your turn. You are prone.
Okay, I would like to stand up.
Okay, half your movement.
I'm gonna go ahead and take my scimitar and just swipe it at its tentacles and
Sweet. And you
back of its shoulders.
And you do have advantage because it has been hit since its last turn because of Repose. Gosh dang it. So.
Natural 20.
Oh, with your crit too? I mean, with your sneak attack damage?
Attack.
Yeah. Good job.
Sweet.
I don't think we've
we
seen
roll
that
damage?
That is 30.
Sweet.
30 total damage.
Oh,
My goodness.
Wow.
Okay.
And then I'm going to jump back over this wall that
Okay. So you're
originally got me into.
you don't have to disengage because you're behind it. You're gonna have to roll an athletics check again.
Okay.
Sweet.
Natural 1.
Yeah. So you jump over again, and this time, assuming that it was like it was before, your foot actually catches on the loose gravel that you knocked over previously, and you just eat it on the other side. So you are
Now,
prone.
you actually eat
Are
it.
not my best.
You sure you don't like cats?
Okay,
and
Yeah,
dogs?
Alondros.
it's the cats that are throwing them off.
Alondros, it's now your turn.
All right. I am going to look at this Displacer Beast. I'm going to put my hand back out, and I'm going to say, "You cannot hide from us," and I'm going to cast Fairy Fire.
And that's another saving throw from it yet, right?
So
Yes.
we don't roll
DC 15.
disadvantage, but we...
We'll roll straight, but that's
Yeah.
if it's been hit, so
It doesn't matter.
whoever
So-
attacks next will get advantage.
But now it did.
Yeah, I assume a 9 doesn't make it.
Yes.
Yeah, so 9, it fails. You see, what color is it? What
It's
color?
blue.
It's blue. You see this huge beast of prey just illuminated in this blue light. Theseus.
Wait, I'm also going to give inspiration to Thalassa.
Okay, so that's
So,
a
Bardic
D6.
Inspiration, D6.
Sweet.
Thank
All right,
y'all.
and just then, Alondros, you hear suddenly coming
Oh
up
my
behind
God.
you a second.
Oh my God.
God.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and this one appears larger and almost
Of course it is.
stronger and more powerful. Its muscles just rippling behind its large body. You are
Let us
unfortunately
live for
surprised, so
once.
we'll roll advantage on you. And it hits you with both attacks. I assume a 16 and 17 hit.
Yes.
Yeah. So it hits you with both attacks.
Oh
and
boy.
it does... Ooh. Okay, it does 27 damage.
Ooh, I am down.
Okay. So...
So
everyone is facing this way, but they kind of hear this rustle as this large beast appears, and so out of the corner of their eye, they just see these two tentacles slash out and hit Alondros, and he crumples to the ground.
Couldn't be that owl bear to be
unconscious.
scared away.
I know.
and now the fairy fire is no longer ineffective. So
All right. Sorry.
yeah, sorry guys.
No, I was planning on a second one coming. You just happen to be the one that was back.
Oh no,
there,
you're
so.
good. You're good. By
Yeah.
the way, these look so good. I wish the people that were
We'll take a picture and post
There,
on
yeah.
Patreon.
Dude,
these
They're
Displacer
They
beasts look
actually
so
look
good.
dope.
Yeah, actually, they're handmade. I made them. I didn't
What?
buy 'em. Yeah. Yep.
No way.
Yeah.
Picasso.
Like Picasso.
So no, it's pretty easy. You
Those
just
are
like
those are really cool.
Oh man, this is the shot right here.
I'm not understood in my time. You know?
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, we're going back.
Yeah, sorry.
Theseus.
Maybe when you
Theseus.
die, we can sell those.
Yeah.
Not for a long time. Okay, Theseus, it's your turn.
Okay.
Displacer beast.
So I'm gonna run up to the smaller displacer beast, the first one.
Sweet, so the one that originally attacked.
Yes.
Okay, so you're just gonna run forward.
Yep, and I'm gonna go to stab him with my spear.
Sweet,
My
it's just a
steer.
straight roll. It's
I have a steer.
Good steer.
Does a 15 hit?
Yeah, 15 hits.
Okay.
A lot of 15s.
Yeah.
Do 7 damage.
Okay. Oh,
And,
alright.
and then I'm going to raise my shield and try to knock him over.
And it's a saving throw, right?
Yes.
Okay. And it saves, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, roll the 19. But you do thrust your spear forward, and it stabs into the side of this displacer beast, and this thick purple-blue ichor seeps from its body. You recognize it to be its blood. Delphos, it's now your turn.
Okay. Let's do this. Okay, I'm just gonna try and attack with my longsword.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Yes!
What the
All
crap?
Okay. Let's see here.
You playing it? You playing it?
Let's see here with the nat 20. 31 damage.
Whoa. Okay.
Sweet.
Wow.
So this
From
displacer beast gets distracted by Theseus running up and stabbing into its side. And as it turns its head to sort of look and intimidate Theseus, you lop its head off with your sword. And it
Whoa.
Let's go.
Like Delphos ate his Wheaties this morning.
It crumples and its arms go limp. You still have movement, so...
Okay, so I kill this one. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna start walking towards, or running, I should say, running towards the other one.
Sweet. So you run out of the ruins, you run 30 feet, and you're right up next to this displacer beast now. Okay, after Delphos is Thalassa. It's your turn.
Okay, and I'm close enough to Adelphos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like within 5 feet.
You need to move one space closer,
Okay.
5
So
feet
I'll
closer.
move
Yeah,
closer.
but now you're like close enough to touch him.
Okay.
Is that what? No,
Yes,
is that what you
yes.
mean? Yeah. So you're next to Delphos now.
Okay, so I'm just gonna cast
Alondro, sorry.
Laying on of hands.
How much do you want to give him?
7.
Sweet. So Alondros, you come back to consciousness with Thalassa over you, putting her hand on your shoulder. Is that it for you?
Yeah. That's it.
Sweet. Okay, Vidius, it is now your turn. You're on the opposite side of this wall now,
Yes.
and you
Jump over it
would
again.
have heard, you would have heard but not seen that there's something else going on at the front of the ruins.
Okay. I guess I'll run over towards Thalassa around the corner of these ruins, towards where my party was.
Okay.
Just kind of see what's around this corner.
Sweet. So you see a large displacer beast now standing right there.
Okay, I don't really want to get up close and personal, so I'm just gonna pull out my short bow and shoot it from here.
Sweet. Hasn't been hit, so it's disadvantage.
Okay. With disadvantage, that is 18.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. 5 damage.
Okay. So you see, you that are around the displacer, you see an arrow goes and lodges itself into one of its paws. All right, Alondros. It is now your turn, Alondros. You popped up. You're right in front of this displacer beast.
Okay, so I'm going to stand up
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on this thing.
Okay.
So that'll be DC 15.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, "Be thou lit," as I
Okay.
shoot
So,
Get lit! It's lit!
Get lit. So it rolled a 15 and it passes.
Okay. Yeah, can I use Bardic Inspiration?
Oh, to make it fail at save?
Yes, even though I was supposed to do it before.
Yeah. That's fine. So roll your essentially roll.
Yeah, here, wait. Okay, so real fast.
All right.
So on here it says that I disengage and cast Fairy
I
Fire.
understand. Yeah.
And
That was
so
me just trying to remember.
I need to move disengaging down.
Yep. That's fine.
So
But
I
you
forgot
did-
about that.
You did make it fail its save with your bardic
Yeah.
inspiration.
So let me just
And that's
do that
cool,
again.
so I want to include it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than it just failing. Okay.
Okay, pick
Go
up.
back.
All right, Alondros, it's your turn. You are on the ground in front of this displacer beast.
Okay, I'm just going to stand up, and then I'm going to stretch forth my hand and say, "Be thou lit."
Get lit.
Get lit.
And
The rules of
I'm
saving.
going to cast Fairy Fire, but I'm also going to use a Bardic Inspiration to give it a minus to its roll.
Oh, because that's the part of eloquence, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so roll your d6.
Beast.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 4.
Okay.
So now
So
he needs
essentially has
do-
to beat a 19.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. And, ooh,
Chance.
yeah, he rolled a 16. So I'm glad you did that because it would have passed otherwise. So, heck yeah. You, again, blue, right? Is your color?
Yeah, so it's blue.
Sweet. So you see this large displacer beast now covered in blue. So all attacks, if it hasn't been hit, just regular now. And then if it has been hit, it does have advantage. All right. Thalassa, it is your turn. Oh, wait, sorry. It's
I was
it's the
gonna say,
Displacer
isn't it-
Beast turn.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the Displacer Beast is going to try and hit you, Adelphos, and okay, 17 misses, and gosh, a 15 misses.
Yeah, that misses.
17 misses?
I am also
What
going
is
to use
your
Ripple Day.
AC?
I'm going to use Ripple
It's
Day
18.
for that.
Holy crap! Well, he
I'm
has
over here with
his
the
fight-
14.
So his
13's
fighting
over
style,
here.
his fighting style gives him +1 to AC while he's wearing armor,
Oh.
and he has half plate,
Yeah.
and so he gets a 17 +1.
So he's
Wow.
Sick.
But
That's
I'm
really
going to use
cool.
Ripple Day for that.
Okay,
Does 14 hit?
14 hits.
Okay. 13 damage.
Oh gosh. Okay, you're really lucky with these Riposes.
Sounds lucky.
Okay, Theseus, it is now your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up to the second, the one
larger one?
the one that has a
behind-
head.
Okay.
That one I'm gonna run up to it.
So you run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You run out of the ruins as well. And now you're in front of this large beast. You're right next to Adelphos.
Yep, and then I'm gonna attack him with my spear.
Okay,
Really
it's
good.
just a straight roll. I mean, sorry, no, it's advantage because he was hit since his turn.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, does a 12 hit?
No, 12 just misses. So you run up to this thing, and it's moving really fast, having been hit by Adelphos, and so your spear just can't lock onto its target.
You probably would have had an easier time hitting if you went for the one without a head.
Okay, Adelphos, it's now your turn. You're right
Okay,
next to this
let's do
thing.
some more damage.
Okay,
I am, again, going to attack longsword.
okay.
Does a 12 hit?
No, misses.
Okay, I'm going to use my
the
short
first
sword,
time you've
actually.
missed.
That's fine. I
know,
know.
yeah,
Seriously.
for real.
So bonus action short sword?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
I'm guessing 3
No,
misses.
yeah,
Or
3
not
misses.
3, 8.
No, yeah, you added the 5. Yeah,
Oh.
8 misses.
I'm not ending on that. I'm going to action surge,
Okay.
and I'm going to attack it again.
All right.
I'm
Longsword.
going to switch double-handed longsword.
Okay, so you stow your regular one? Okay.
19, so for a fighter, that's a crit.
You're
so
right.
I
Champion
crit
fighter is a crit, so
How many is that tonight?
That's 2
that's 2 so far.
so
Oh my
far.
God.
I think I can get
so
more.
all right, roll your damage.
Okay.
I'm feeling another one.
21.
21. Oh, okay.
At least
This
he's got confidence.
Big
you,
damage!
you slash and miss your first couple ones, sort of losing your footing. This is really rocky out here, but your foot finds its sure spot, and you stow your short sword real quick, and you just heave into it with your long sword two-handed after you get up the energy to attack again through your action surge, and it gashes a huge gash through it.
Let's go.
As you crit on this thing. All right, that was Adelphos Thalassa. It is now your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna use Thunderous Smite,
Okay,
and I'm gonna try to hit it with my scimitar.
sweet. So you gotta walk past Adelphos here.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alondros. Okay, so now there's 3 of you just like
We're all
right
real
next to
close
this
with the
thing.
next
Yeah.
tasty treat. Okay. 10.
Phidias is chilling
10.
behind the wall.
10 misses.
10 great.
Phidias is, I mean, he's within sight. He's just using his bow right now.
That's all I wanted.
But your Thunder Smite is still active.
Yeah.
It's concentration for a minute.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just whenever you hit next.
Right, I'm
Okay.
gonna hit that thing.
Okay, sweet. So you missed that one, but you can hit again, hopefully in the future. Vidius, now it's your turn.
Okay, I think there's enough people up there. I'm just gonna shoot it with my bow again.
Okay.
Doesn't hit. It's an 8.
Yeah. So this arrow just shoots right over its head. Lands somewhere in the bushes.
That's my turn.
Okay. Theseus, it is now your turn.
I am going to attack him again with my spear.
Alright. And it is with advantage again, because fairy fire.
Does an 8 hit?
No. You're not lucky tonight.
No, I'm not.
I'm sorry.
You're lucky.
Oh boy. Okay, Alondros, it's now your turn.
Okay, I probably should have done this last time, but I'm going to disengage
Alright.
and back away from
Okay.
this thing.
You do, it doesn't attack you. You back up. How far do you want to go?
Yeah, we'll just go like 15 feet
Yeah,
back.
so you back up 15 feet, sort of closer to the ruins.
Yeah.
Out of its range.
And then I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery.
Sweet. And that's another save, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll just be a save, 15.
Yeah. Sorry, 16.
Oh.
I know. I don't know why they're doing so well on
That's
these.
okay. My fairy fire is still there, so I'm happy.
Okay.
We're happy. We don't have to roll this
Okay.
advantage.
This is the Displacer Beast is now going to try and attack Adelphos. And finally, a 19 to hit.
Yes, it does hit.
So it hits you for 14 damage, and it misses its second attack.
Okay, that I will use Repose, so that's the third time I'm going to
Yep,
try
and
and use it.
you have only one more left.
Dang it, 11.
Oh, you finally missed on the Repose.
One time.
So you see, actually, kind of being shocked by the fact that it gets a strike on you with one of its tentacles.
That
you,
it is real.
You stab at it forward like you've done, in the past, getting it, but it just misses its mark barely. Okay, Thalassa. Oh,
Okay.
sorry. After Alondros. Hold on. Sorry, I get mixed up here. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Thalassa, it's your turn.
So I'm gonna try to hit it again with my scimitar.
Sweet.
Okay.
And it is with just a straight roll because it hasn't been hit.
Cool. 17.
Okay, yeah, you hit it.
Okay.
And this is the Thunderous Smite damage, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay, sweet.
14 damage.
Okay, wow. You hear this large boom as she hits this Displacer Beast with Thunderous Smite. And actually, it moves it back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It has to fail it. Well, and I'll see if it makes the save. Yeah, it fails.
Okay, yeah.
So you actually
It
push it
moves
back
it-
10 feet.
Yeah.
And it is prone. Okay, so you,
That
Vidius,
very
everybody,
similar to me. Remember the Rams?
yeah, everybody hears that boom, and it's you see this huge, massive cat just get pushed back on its legs and gets down. Okay, Adelphos, it is now your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna run up to it.
Okay, it has been hit, so you can roll with advantage now.
Sweet.
And actually, yeah, yep, just advantage.
Oh, yeah, it's been hit.
16 plus
Yep,
6,
yeah, that
22.
hits. Yeah.
Okay. Is that 13?
13 damage. Well, okay. All right, Vidius, you're up now.
Alright, let's freaking end this thing. I'm gonna run up to it. Bonus action dash. So I
Sweet.
can get there.
So I know, speedy boy. Sweet. You run fast. You run around this tree in front of the ruins, and you don't quite flank it, but you get on the other side opposite of Adelphos.
I want to do something cool. I want to, as I'm going up to it, slide down and then come up and cut.
From the underside?
Like,
Yeah,
sand,
okay.
like a spider?
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
maybe
I mean,
not
you're
slide
it
under
is,
it. I
okay.
meant
Like a baseball?
slide up to it. and
Gotcha.
cut.
Okay, sweet. So you run up, you slide to
An
it.
unnecessary slide into a swipe up.
Gotcha. Unnecessarily,
Because it
you
looks
slide. Okay.
It's like when Tom Cruise slides across a car in every one of his movies.
Yeah. He doesn't need to do
It's
that.
kinda cute.
But it looks cool.
Sweet.
Ooh, that definitely hits. That's 21.
Yeah, you hit for sure. Okay, so
Like a
sneak attack
right?
damage. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so many dice. 25 damage.
Well, okay.
My
It
goodness.
is still up. It is still up.
How
but
is it still alive? My God.
but it is very, very injured. Theseus, it is now your turn.
I'll make short work of this.
Do you run up to it as well?
Yes.
Okay, so you run up 15 feet closer, and you're right in the thick of it. You see Vidius just unnecessarily slid toward this beast, sliced up its side. It
He's a
roars
fancy
in
boy.
pain. You see Adelphos on the other side getting hits in with his swords. Now you're in front of it with your spear.
And I'm just gonna
This
gouge
is it.
right at its neck.
Okay,
This
let's
is
see
it.
it. Yeah, this has to be it.
Gosh dang!
You missed again?
That's a 3. This is just having a rough night.
You go to stab at its neck, and you miss. You're
Cut off a little bit of
short.
fur.
You're just you shave a whisker off. You're just short of the idiot.
That makes him unbalanced. You ever seen
Emotional-
cats?
yeah,
True.
Now he has disadvantage.
Alondros, it's now your turn.
I got your
Okay,
whisker.
I am going to I'm just going to do Vicious Mockery
Hey,
on
why
it
not?
again.
That
'cause-
bard's bread and butter.
Yeah, because I can. So.
Okay. This isn't that 20. That time.
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I'm sorry. Normally,
okay.
normally it works. Normally it works.
works.
Okay,
They just
it is
can't
now the
understand.
Displacer Beast's turn. Adelphos, you've been doing the most damage to it. It's going to try and hit you again. 21 hits.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's-
All right. It does 9 damage on its first one. Second one is a 15 misses.
Okay, this is my last repose, and I missed the repose last time, and so I'm gonna do it again.
Okay. This is your last superiority dice.
Let me re-roll that and fall around.
Okay. All right.
Last call.
Okay, I told you I was feeling lucky again. That is a nat 20.
Not what? Like,
That
really?
actually is.
Don't
That
even-
actually
you don't
is.
even have to worry about rolling damage. How do you want to finish this thing?
Nice.
Oh man.
I'm just gonna stab it as it's trying to bite me or something. Just stab it in the mouth.
Like up through the jaw?
Yeah, up to the
Sweet.
jaw.
So actually, it's going for
Like a lunge.
So Theseus misses it, right? And that actually gets this Displacer Beast's attention.
Mhm.
And so it turns to Theseus and is about to go out to get it. And this time, instead of chopping off the head like you did the last time,
Mhm.
you swing your sword from underneath and it pierces
Mhm.
its jaw beneath and sticks out the
Ugh.
skull at the top.
Ugh.
And you pull it out and it drops to the ground in a large, loud slump. And
Just say
congratulations.
3 crits.
Dude.
Gosh.
You're-
So, you saved my
And
life.
both of them, I did save your life.
Thank
War, brothers.
Brother.
So, you guys successfully killed these
Highly
Displacer
up now.
Beasts.
Can I go back and investigate the nest?
Yeah, sure. So, Vidius, you make your way back to the den. While he is making his way back there, does anybody else do anything else while you're right there?
Yeah, can I, get a claw, maybe as, trophy? I assume I would have during, the arenas.
No, yeah, sure. You can get a claw or a tooth or something. I'd say a tooth would be easier to get because
Mhm.
felines' claws are inside their bodies, you know?
Yeah. And maybe I knocked one out when I stabbed it.
Right. So you're going to harvest a tooth from that Displacer Beast.
Can I just roll a religion check or something to just see if we can tell what this area was or if
Yeah.
it's been cleansed properly or whatever?
Yep, you
What was
absolutely
that
can.
sign?
So,
17.
yeah. So this place and Thalassa and Theseus. Thalassa and Theseus, you would both know this, that this was once sacred. This is not like a place that has been defiled and is evil, but this was once a holy site. And you would know that as well, rolling that religion check. Part of it is because of the architecture.
Mm-hmm.
You see that the way that this temple, or the way that these ruins are set up, is very similar to temples of worship, and especially the columns. Judging, by where they've fallen, where they could have been stood up, this was at one point a temple.
Okay.
Okay, Vidius, you see this. This is a large burrow den that's been burrowed underneath this large rubble and this tipped over column. It's probably 4 or 5 feet tall by just as many wide, and you see it goes down into darkness.
I Can I see it all in there with my dark vision?
You can. You can't see down, like... Have you, like...
It's like the open part. But
Have you ever like a rabbit's burrow or something
yeah,
where you can see like a little bit in, but the way it like curves
just
down in
makes it pitch black.
Correct.
I have a pet
yeah.
scorpion. It also works that way.
So, and it's not that it's just pitch black, but like the ground, the way that it's dug down, but then it levels out, and so where it levels out, you just can't see back there anymore. So you're gonna have to go in to check anything more out.
Okay, I'll go in stealthily.
Okay.
17.
Sneaky boy. Yeah, you're fine. You make your way down in there, and you see as it levels out, it sort of goes again for 10, 15 feet maybe, and then it opens back up into sort of a larger den area, and you see that this place is very cluttered with just things. You see that there are many bones down there. Obviously, this is probably where these displacer beasts took their kills, but there's also like, I don't want to say trash because that's not the right word, but there are nesting material, debris. There are broken branches. There are even broken weapons down there from other people who have maybe ventured here. And then you also notice like there are some scattered like bits of fabric and paper that could have maybe even been part of the temple at one time. So if you want to roll like an investigation or a perception check on anything.
Yeah, before I do that, I just want to pull out my hooded lantern and light it.
Sweet. So you light your hooded lantern, and what you didn't see originally, because it was dark even with your dark vision, because it blended in with the side of the cave, you actually hear first, as you light the hooded lantern, this
Oh my gosh.
and then you sort of adjusting to the light of your hooded lantern.
Killed mommy and daddy.
Very far back, pressed up against the wall. Almost impossible to see in the darkness due to its dark fur. You see a small, probably about the size of a small dog, because these beasts are huge. Bigger than a domestic cat a little bit. This displacer kitten.
Oh my gosh.
And you see it's reared up against the wall, and it's hissing and throwing its tentacles at you as if to stay away. And you see it, again, very iconic of displacer beasts. It's vibrating almost. It almost looks like there's two of it in one spot.
Oh my gosh. I want to pull out some of like the meat rations that I have in my bag.
Okay.
Try and feed it.
Roll me an animal handling check.
Okay, let's do it again. I'll cut that out. Do it
You'll
again.
roll a nat 20. You rolled a nat 20 last time, so.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
No, you did. I just didn't write it down. Okay, so roll. Wait. Roll me an animal handling check.
Not my strong suit.
That's at the very top. I know we don't normally roll those, so.
Natural 20.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's like the fifth or sixth on this game.
I know. And the displacer beasts had some too.
Shoot,
We're
I
gonna
could
have
have
a
come
little
and
split
spoken to it.
So you hold out this little bit of meat, and at first you hold out this little bit of meat as sort of a peace offering, and you see at first it continues to rear back, but as you sort of keep your hand outstretched and patiently wait for it to approach, it slowly brings its tentacles closer to it and makes its way over, sniffs at the meat, and sort of snatches it out of your hand quickly and runs away and sort of eats at it. And then once it finishes, it actually comes and sort of, like cats like sort of nestle up against you. It
Like
does
they're
something
like-
very similar. Yeah.
I shall name it Orphan.
And
No!
you
So
hear it begins
That's
to purr.
offensive to me.
It begins to purr. Those of you outside of the den right now, roll me a perception check.
I swear, if a third one shows up, I'm gonna kill you.
I know. Oh god, I got a little
4.
4.
Perception. 4.
4.
Are you serious?
So, Thalassa, you have a really good natural perception.
Yeah, mine's like 18.
Yeah, yours is passive. So, you see out of the corner of your eye where the center of the ruins, which you can assume wasn't there before because of the way it's sitting there. It's almost like this gleam of light is shining exactly on it, broken through the trees, is a small glass bottle
Oh my gosh, that's
with
so
a
cool.
cork on top and a note tied to it,
Okay.
which I actually have. I put it on the table.
Yeah,
Does it
that's
actually have
so
a
cool.
liquid?
Yes, it does.
Nice.
It's
Why is that
It's-
bubbling?
It's just clear.
Viscous
It's just
liquid.
clear liquid. It's Sprite. Anyway, that's why it's bubbling.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering. It's like bubbling from the bottom.
Okay, obviously,
that's cool.
I would go.
Is that lemon lime?
Okay, do you want to pick it up?
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
Okay, so you see that there is a note. You can pick it up and take it with you. You see that there's a note tied to it.
You want me to read it?
I mean, if you
It's
want
up to
to,
you.
you can wait for the group to be together. If you,
Okay,
you can
yeah.
read it to yourself for now,
I can't
Okay.
read.
because Vinius is still down under there. Adelphos can't read.
Adelphos want to read this?
So, do you two do anything in particular, Theseus and Alondros? Hold on. Matt. Now is not the time. We have breaks for that, dude. No, we're just gonna wait for you.
I'll just put it back.
Because we're still in the middle of recording, Matt. Like,
there's like 5 minutes left,
yeah,
and then we can stop.
yeah, like we're not. You just get up and
Okay, go.
sit down. Okay. Is there anything that you would like to do, Theseus, Alondros, or Adelphos, while these two are occupied?
I probably see that she picks up something, and I just want to see what it is. So I'm just gonna stick around.
Sweet.
Same. I like the little gleam of whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I'm
Can I
gonna
see
walk
what
over
that
and see it
sign
is.
was?
Yeah, so you go over and inspect the symbol. Roll an investigation check.
That's an 8.
So you actually realize that this sign is beneath some vines and foliage, and you move it, and though it is pretty weathered, you are able to make out what it looks like, and it looks like to be a set of scales, just like the ones that you had seen previously with the goddess, yeah, in the other temple. Vidius, while you are now down here with this displacer kitten, is there anything you'd like to do while you're down there?
I guess I should probably kind of look through some of this stuff, see if I can find anything good. Yeah, no, probably not. 6.
So you didn't have to roll very well, actually, because you see next to your foot.
Another kitten.
No. Second. No.
It's
you
actually
see-
just the only one because
There's a whole litter of kittens.
Oh man, this one's
There's a
really
lot.
head.
There's- So there's a lot of debris down here, a lot of nesting material, but you actually see you've stepped on it. It appears to be a burnt piece of parchment with writing on it.
Dude, that actually is burnt.
Whoa.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's very cool.
So, sweet, and that's pretty much all you find. The rest of the stuff is unusable weapons and paper that's illegible and things like that. So do you guys want to meet back up and talk about what you found real fast?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet. So Vidius, you come out of this den,
With the kitten.
and everybody
Carrying.
you see this displacer kitten kind of uncomfortable with being carried. It's never really been carried like this, and it's not attacking Vidius, but it's kind of like nipping at him.
Squirming?
I think
and
I would be
squirming
like
and-
holding it by its scruff.
Oh, then
too.
it's you see its legs all curled up like kittens do when you hold it by its scruff, and you see its
Its
tentacles.
tasty legs.
Its tentacles just chilling, kind of over its shoulders.
Look what I found.
You got
Oh
you.
my
you
gosh.
It's big too. Like it's like
Yeah, it's the size of a cat.
it's
yeah.
like a big cat.
Yeah, like a large cat.
Oh, that's...
We're keeping it.
Adorable.
That makes me feel guilty.
I know. I thought we might name it Orphan.
That's also offensive to me.
Yeah.
So,
My statement stands.
it's
Keep it and-
do you guys want to keep the cat?
You call him Orphe.
Is that even
Oh,
a-
I'm keeping it.
Is that even a... Or if he...
I'm at least gonna keep it.
And you would
try.
know it. You can roll an insight check, because you were sent here to kill these beasts. You roll an insight check, and I'll tell you.
Not so hot.
Anybody can really when seeing this.
9.
Yeah, it won't be. It's not that difficult. You can assume that your purpose was to kill these two beasts that were sort of disrupting the ecosystem here, but that if you were to take this kitten with you, Nylea, the goddess that sent you on this mission, wouldn't really mind.
Because it
you're
would kind of
taking
be
it-
like taking it away.
Correct. You're dealing with a problem. You're taking it away from where she's worried about it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I rolled a 16 on insight.
Yep, you know that as well.
My question is, why is this place so special? Like,
Also,
why?
speaking of, I was looking at the sign, or what would you call it? The
Symbol?
insignia, the symbol. I guess. And it was the 2 cradles or weights, like the goddess had.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
What were you saying,
She,
Theseus?
this must have been her temple.
She seems to be popping up more and more.
And you come up, Vidius, and you notice that Thalassa is holding this vial of glimmering liquid.
What you got there?
I don't know. I just found it.
What's it say?
It says, in this vial is water drawn from my spring on
Keranos.
Keranos.
Keranos is essentially, it's his plural. Keranos'
floating mount. It has the ability to cure any ailment. There's only enough for one use. Be wary and you shall know when to utilize it best.
Can I roll a history check for what Keranos is?
Yeah, yep. History or religion, it's up to you.
Religion? Roll
Yep.
one.
Big money.
Got an 11.
Yeah, so you are a little more educated with the gods, having grown up in Akros. And people at Akros do worship Keranos. He's known as sort of like a fierce and wild god, but he's the god of storms. But also the god of storms, he's also the god of inspiration. Because just as a storm could appear out of nowhere and lightning can strike at any moment, he's sort of the god of inspiration and creativity and storms. And it is said that he lives atop a floating mountain that is in the center of a storm that floats over Theros. And you would also know that Nylea, legends say that Nylea has a personal spring on his mount, that which water holds miraculous abilities, essentially.
Interesting.
Inappropriate thoughts.
So this is water from her spring.
Awesome.
Yep, and so you can assume that it was given as a reward for dispatching these displacer beasts.
Mental note, that place sounds cool. Let's go.
Yes. I feel as though it also might be good for us to, at some point, swing by a library to maybe see if we could find more about this goddess that keeps popping up.
Or this displacer kitten.
I actually found a note down in the den there.
And you see he pulls out this old piece of parchment that's burned in many places.
Torn. It says, I'm assuming it says, it is true. It is true. Something that a strand of clothis hair in the ocean somewhere, certain number of years ago, just as years ago, the hero Calametrion sailed southwest in search of
Is that
Clothis?
Crufix. Well, you don't know. It's burned. Crew. All you see is crew.
Supercalifragilistic.
Wait, what's the API word?
The edges of this paper is
It's
literally
just
burned, and
Yeah,
so
it's
he's only
literally
reading what he
burned.
can actually read.
Right, okay.
Of crew, you can see a P, I don't know, tree at the edge of the world.
Roll for those of you who want to, after he heard that, roll a history or religion check. Continue reading.
She found a pelic, I don't know, OPELIK, but the first 2 letters are strand of hair stretching for miles on end. She touched it and was shown in vision her destiny at the hands, it says Ing at the hands of a hydra. Dying at the hands of a hydra. No one believed it to be true until 3 weeks ago when Hydra attacked. That's a city name. Thihthuo something. And Calametrion died. And that's all.
What'd you roll on your history / religion?
18.
19.
Oh, solid.
I got a 13.
Okay. I'm sorry you didn't beat your DC because you grew up uneducated. But you, Theseus, again, given how you were brought up, you know that Crufix is said to live at the edge of the world, which is quite literally where the ocean drops off into the forever abyss, which is Styx, right? The expansive. But he lives on an island there that has a large tree. And so essentially what this note said is there was a hero that was sailing in search of that island and that tree, but instead found a strand of Clothis's hair in the ocean.
She the one
that stretched for miles and miles. Huh. And then when she touched it, it gave her a vision of her destiny.
So,
dying at the hands of a hydra.
As you are reading this, you guys remember the images that you saw at the temple in Neolantis when you came up out of the fountain. 4 statues. One with a goddess, blindfolded, carrying a set of scales. One with her, with long strands of hair, weaving it into a fabric.
Yeah.
One with her binding monsters with that same hair. And you recognize one of those monsters
as a hydra.
As a displacer beast.
Really?
Because it was a monster that you had never seen before.
Oh yeah,
that moment. Right. Do you guys remember when I described it? A monster so fierce you would never known its existence. It looks very similar to what the 2 monsters are lying in front of you. And then the last one, as she is standing, taking her blindfold off, and in the white marble was black inset stones as her eyes.
Right.
I think she's evil.
You think?
So.
Maybe she's trying to save the world.
Like she's like, oh,
She's
I'm
casting the
justice.
beast
I'm
back.
binding all these things. And then she takes off her blindfold and she's got soulless black eyes.
But you...
Not fooling me.
You guys don't know much about her. You think long about the history of Theros and its gods, and you guys don't really remember or know any much about this goddess Clothis other than what you've seen in Neolantis and what's been mentioned now. And as the sun begins to dip at the end of this day, and you know that you can safely make camp here with this new kitten, you contemplate what happened tonight before heading back to collect your reward, and that is where we will end our session.
Hey, do you love everything D&D? Be sure to subscribe to our TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for consistent updates. We're also on Patreon for only $2 a month. You can get loads of exclusive content, including our after show. Thanks as always, and we'll catch you next week on PG-DND.